Hi, I'm Lisa Smith.
And I'm Suzanne Whitecast.
And we have breaking news from the Tkam County Courthouse. The jury has found Tom Robinson guilty of the raping of Mayala Yule.
Down the scene, we have a news reporter to interview Atticus Finch, Tom's appointed attorney. I'm Kay Stevens, and I'm here at the Tkam Courthouse. And the verdict on the Tom Robinson versus Yule case has just been delivered. The defendant has been found guilty and will be sentenced to jail time. I have with me right now Mr. Atticus Finch, the defense attorney for the trial. Thank you, Mr. Atticus, for being here. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Of course not. It's my pleasure.
Is the verdict of this case what you thought it was going to be?
I knew from the beginning that Tom Robinson would be given a guilty verdict, whether he was actually guilty or not, because that's just the way things work here in Macon. A white man, or in this case a white woman's word, is always seen as the truth against a black man's. However, as I looked into the case and realized that Tom could not, in fact, have committed the accused crime due to his testimony of injured arm, I began to gain hope that maybe Tom could win. But in the end, especially when the jurors came out to tell the verdict, I knew it was a lost cause.
So, Mr. Finch, you're telling me that Mayala and Bob Yule lied?
Of course not. I don't know what truly happened at the time and place, except for the fact that Tom Robinson did not commit the crime he was accused of.
So you and Tom Robinson are going to appeal to a higher court to get the verdict changed?
I haven't really discussed this yet with the defendant in detail, but I doubt it, mostly because a higher court won't accept the appeal, and even in the off chance they did, the verdict would be the same since the jury would be coming into the trial with the vibes already made up.
Mr. Atticus, do you feel that you'll be treated differently now that you defended Tom Robinson?
You know, I'm not really worried that I'll be treated differently, because I know that I'll be treated differently. The people in this town, nice town of Macon, don't appreciate change, and my defense of a black man is definitely an unexpected change.
Well, that's all the questions that I have for you today, Mr. Atticus. Good luck with your next case.
Thank you.
That was just an exclusive interview with Mr. Atticus Finch, the defense attorney for Tom Robinson, a black man accused and found guilty of raping Mayala Yule. The trial today started off with a testimony from Mr. Hectate, the local sheriff, who is being questioned by Mr. Gilmer about the condition he found Mayala in on the night of the alleged raping.
After Mr. Gilmer was done, Atticus stepped up and established that a doctor had not been called to the scene to check up on Mayala, even though she had many bruises and injuries, including a black eye on the right side of her face.
After Mr. Hectate was done on the witness stand, Mr. Bob Yule was called up to testify. Mr. Yule said that he heard Mayala screaming, so he ran to the house and saw Tom Robinson committing the accused crime. When Atticus got up to question Mr. Yule, he was able to show everybody that Mr. Yule was left-handed. While this seemed unimportant at the time, Tom Robinson was soon called to testify, and upon standing, it was clear to see that Tom Robinson had a mangled, unusable left arm.
However, before Mr. Robinson testified, Miss Mayala Yule was called up to the stand. She stated that on the night of the crime, she had asked Mr. Robinson to bust up a shiffer robe for her, and then she went inside to get a nickel for him to pay for his services. He then followed her up and then took advantage of her. At this point, Atticus Finch made it pretty clear that Mr. Yule could have been the one that beat up Mayala.
Tom Robinson was the next witness on the stand. He testified that he busted up a shiffer robe for Miss Mayala Yule and then was invited inside where she kissed him. Tom resisted the kiss and ran when he heard Mr. Yule screaming at him.
After all the witnesses were done testifying, Mr. Atticus Finch made his closing remarks, theorizing that Mayala was lonely and had kissed Tom, but her father had seen her and was ashamed, so he beat her up, and made up the story about Tom Robinson raping Mayala. While this did seem to be likely what happened, the all-white male jury came back with a guilty verdict.
That's all we have for you guys tonight on Channel 5 News. Thank you and have a good night.